Today we set out to do the impossible and determine who makes the best bino harness in 2023. Fortunately, I was able to get my hands on the top 3 of them today. Kifaru, Stone Glacier, and Marsupial. We're gonna go through and break them down today, figure it out, and see what we think about these 3 bino harnesses. Let's make a great day of it. Now, if you look around here, it kind of looks like a zombie apocalypse right now. There's smoke everywhere. I actually had ash on my truck this morning. There's some pretty close local fires, and I hope everyone's doing okay that's near them. That's why it looks so ominous in the sky. It's fire season. I thought we made it through fire season, but apparently not. Here's Justin. Justin used quite a word I haven't heard in a while.
What's that?
Humdinger.
Humdinger?
You said humdinger this morning.
Mm-hmm.
Humdinger. I've got 2 of the 3. I own a Marsupial, just got a Kifaru, and then we're gonna snag the last. Josh carries them here in his shop. Stone Glacier. They got 2 sizes, whatever they call it, the smaller one and their larger one. The smaller one fits your 10 by 42s. And then one of these. We'll get set up and we'll go look at them. Bino harnesses. If you don't have one, I think you should have one. They protect your binos, they're easy to wear. I think even if you're someone who whitetail hunts out east and you want your binos with you, consider having one. It's just an easy place to stash your binos, your rangefinder, and what other miscellaneous type of goods you have. I figured we'd start with my bino harness because I've been running it for a while. I know the most about it. We'll break it down, we'll start there. That's the Marsupial. I would say I'm a free agent. I'm kind of convincing myself today what bino harness I want to use. Let's talk about what I want really quick out of a bino harness. I think it's basically, I want my binos to be protected. I don't want to be wearing a chest baby. No chest babies. I don't want a big ass thing sticking out here in front of me. I want it to be slim, protect my binos, stash my goods. That's about it. Yeah. One thing you should know about if you don't, is once we get to the 100K mark, road to 100K, 100,000 subscribers here, we're gonna do a big bash right back here at Spokane Valley Archery. If it's your first time here, welcome. If it's your second time here, hit the subscribe button. Help me out. Let's get to 100K. I want to have that big bash here, and I want to do it by next summer. We'll hang out, shoot bows, do that kind of stuff. Here's the Marsupial, all kitted out. Let's look at it really quick. Just check this thing out. Protects your binos really well. Magnetic. Look at that. You can actually see a little blood here. So you know that you know this guy used this here. Got my Vortex Viper 10 by 42 HDs in here. Got these little bino clamps so you can keep them here. I'll show you everything I keep in here. So windicator on the side, rangefinder attached to the side, Vortex Razor HD 4000 strapped on the side, clipped in so it's not going anywhere. Allen's on my other side, and then here's an accessory pouch that I actually keep another rangefinder in because this one's tuned into my rifle rig, which you guys don't actually know, but I do rifle hunt. And this thing weighs like almost next to nothing. Across the board, these are all very similar price points, about $125 plus the rangefinder pouch at $30. Most of them cost between $160 and $175. So we're gonna kind of keep cost out of it today because they really cost about the same across the board. I like that it protects your binos really well. I like that it's a good, clean, magnetic design with some thoughtful things like a little bit of webbing in the back. I got this little front pouch here that I stash some calls in, a knife in, just random stuff. From a design perspective, it's good, it's simple, it's clean. It really checks the boxes of things that I like out of a product. It's been comfortable to wear. I think that's really important. I can speak to that because I've worn it for so long. Now here's my beef with this. And it's really only one point of beef that I have, is that this magnetic harness, when you close it, watch this. See it grabbed on that last one? It doesn't necessarily want to stay closed. So sometimes it flops up. Aside from that being magnetic and not really wanting to close, I like this thing. I think it's a good, clean product. Let's go to the next one. Hang out to the end, because I'm gonna rank these things. We're gonna stack them up, rank them, but I gotta go through them individually before we stack them up, all right? We'll do the final rating at the end. Let's actually open this Kifaru. I wanted to show you what comes in the box here. Okay, Kifaru just shipped this thing. This is their deluxe bino harness. That's everything that comes in the pack right there. No frills, just what you got right in front of you here. Kifaru Bino harness, accessory pouch, rangefinder pouch. Let's get this thing on, set up, and we'll get you some opinions. One point of question I do have here a little bit is on all of the other bino stuff, you're gonna see a bigger rear pad. And this just has real thin straps. I actually really trust the guys and gals at Kifaru. Gotten to meet Aaron, hang out with him, film a day with him. He's cool, and they're very thoughtful about their design process. So I really do trust them a lot. But at the same point, you got to figure out what is best or what works best or whatever. And we're gonna try to figure that out today. By the way, I pre-ordered this, I think in May. It showed up August 10th or something. A couple days after I left for my hunt. I was considering running this during my hunt, but yeah, we'll see what it looks like. As far as fit goes, I always like to run my binos up a little higher. Kind of right above my chesticles, you know? Sitting up nice and high. I don't like a low chest baby or whatever. Here's your basic fit here. It actually feels a little lighter on me than the Marsupial, which I'm a little surprised by. I thought the Marsupial was gonna be maybe middle of the road as far as weight. I think the Marsupial is like your most heavy duty of the three, for good or for bad. As far as like a tech or an innovation type thing, here's what's cool about this is phone here. So if you're someone who wants to record what you got going on, it's not as big of a deal for me because I have a camera, right? So I'm not necessarily concerned with getting iPhone footage right here. It is neat. It's cool that they're thinking about that. So check out this fold under with me here. One hand. And then you kind of just wrap it or tuck it under. I think out of all three that I have here, this is probably the most, I don't know, it's probably pretty close with the Marsupial and this. This isn't magnetic, so once it's under, it is tucked under. I do like that. And I think there's just a little bit of a break-in period out of the box. Because the couple more times I've done this, the easier it does fold under for me. You got side pockets on both sides. That's kind of standard on all these. Enough room for a windicator, which is probably what most people are going to run on their sides. So you can get that little, you know what I'm saying? Get that little puff puff when you need it. Similar to the Marsupial, there's a little bit of webbing in back. I wouldn't stash anything important behind the webbing, but it is nice to have that extra convenience. And in the back, check that out. You can see it's just a little thinner, a little more lightweight back there. You know, it makes me wonder, one, do the other companies need to have that extra mesh back there, or is it back there for a reason? Are those simple straps good enough? 175 bucks with this. I think if we're wrapping up the Kifaru here, it's different. It's a different enclosure system, right? So the enclosure tucks under the bottom, and then it stays tucked. It's not going anywhere. It's not going to flap off on you. But maybe also not the fastest to deploy. A lot of times I'm running my binos open, so I can, what you got going there? Now one thing that's kind of interesting is they didn't include your little bino harness insurance policy here, or your bino insurance policy, so that if you wanted to strap your binos to something, some kind of safety leash, they're not attached. So check this out. Are they gonna fall out? Probably not. But could you open them up, set them down? I don't know if it's necessary or not. It's just kind of food for thought. A little insurance strap, and you could fashion something up too. You could fashion up a little piece of cordage or whatever, just to make sure you're not gonna lose your binos. Most people aren't gonna lose their binos, but if you're hunting in the thicket, or you just can't be trusted, like me, I can be trusted sometimes when it comes to losing gear. So I kind of like having those little insurance policies. All in all, good protection for your binos, very straightforward. I like to see Kifaru getting into the bino harness game. I like to see innovation in any of these spaces. Innovation is a good thing for all of us hunters because it means they're gonna push the edge towards better gear. All right, one more, and then we're gonna rank these things. We're gonna rank them up. Just one quick view of the underside here. It just kind of sachets under, tucks under. And for our last but not least, our Stone Glacier here was straight up. I'll tell you one thing right out the gate with the Stone Glacier is this is just a different product than the other two. The enclosure system on the bottom, similar to Kifaru, it's a wrap under closure. Let's get it loaded up. Guys, by the way, this little bino harness clamp made by Asiac bino harness clamp, it's one of the simplest, most straightforward ways to get your binos on a tripod. Let me give a quick shout out to Jared Lyle. Jared's one of my dudes from Huntin' Fool. Got to hunt in Alaska with him. That was a big adventure film. Keyed me onto this. And it goes right here, and then you can bino on your tripod, which is a game changer for long distance glassing. Here's what that fit looks like. Definitely the lightest weight of the three, and that's what I meant when I said different product. This thing is freaking light. It feels like you're wearing next to nothing. You have Stone Glacier, basically the ultralight of this world. Let's check out how it opens and closes. I do think of the three, Stone Glacier gets the award for easiest open and closing. It's just one hand, flip flop. Okay, got these little side pockets. Get your windicator in there, nice fit. I really like this as a lightweight option, you guys. As I just have it on, life is pretty good right here. It feels like you're wearing next to nothing. And this does come with a little, I don't have it hooked up, but it comes with a little tether for your binos too. If you're like a insurance policy type, like I am, you like to have your binos on something so you know they're not gonna up and run away from you, because binos do that. Well, this is really something to consider now. If I were to stack them up, let's rack them and stack them. Kifaru on my left. I think as far as weight goes, middle of the road, not the heaviest. The heaviest is on my right. That's Marsupial. Heaviest, middle, lightest by a long shot. Now with that weight comes protection, right? Like these things are really built for protection. Marsupial has a lot of extra padding around it and even a little soft stuff on the inside. They're all pretty soft on the inside. But your Stone Glacier is kind of your down and dirty, lightweight, quick fold, clean, low profile. I like that. I think they're all great options, but here's what I'm gonna tell you is I've ran this for long enough to know that I like it pretty good, but I'm gonna run something else. So I do think Marsupial has been good. It's been good to me. It's a good clean design, protects your binos, but it's a little heavier, and I don't love this predicament. Now, Marsupial does make one that's non-magnetic. So that's an option if you want to go this way. But for what I've got, I think it's just time for me to try something different. And that's just me being honest. Kifaru, I like this. I already bought it. I have it now. This little cell phone innovator on the front, that's pretty cool. The bucket for your binos, well protected, life is good. You'd have to fashion up some kind of insurance here on this to make sure your binos aren't gonna come out of it, which is fine. That's not like a big modification or whatever if that's something you want. And then Stone Glacier, lightweight. Being lightweight, they probably offer the least bino protection. If your sole concern is like, hey, I want my binos protected, I don't want anything happening to them, I would go with one of the other two options. I do think it offers ample bino protection, and of all the materials, it feels like the one that's gonna shed the most water or hold the least water. If you're in the middle of it and you don't wanna get it wet, that's cool. Now also I do think, if we're just talking about their lightweight design, it does feel like longevity-wise, if we were to run these each for a decade, which we wouldn't, I don't think this one would hold up this test of time longevity-wise. I think those other two are kind of built for war, and this one is built to be lightweight. So we're really looking at three different products here from three pretty freaking solid companies. All made in the USA. I like that too. Where I'm gonna leave this one is Marsupial, if you want maximum protection, clean design, and this isn't something that bothers you. This one is kind of out for me. Not because I don't like it, but just because I've already used it a lot. And that's my second Marsupial bino harness. It's been used a lot. So I'm kind of between this. And if I were to be hunting country that I thought was thick and needed some kind of like more protection on my binos, I think I would go Kifaru. For the style of hunting that I'm doing, I really kind of like this low pro design. I'm not too worried about my binos getting banged up. I like that it's light. I can't even really feel it's on. I like that. We're really looking at 3 solid products, but I kind of wanted to break them down for you and help you figure out if you're trying to figure out which one is the right one for you. As it sits today, I'm gonna lean towards rocking this some. This little Stone Glacier, kind of tight, low profile. Yeah. If you want to buy any of these, Marsupial, direct to consumer through their website. I think Josh might end up being able to carry these. Kifaru, direct to consumer through their website. Stone Glacier, direct to consumer mostly, but also there are some accounts, and Josh does have an account with Stone Glacier, so you can order it through his website if you want to buy one. If you do want to buy one, I have a discount code with Josh. It's TimC. Could save you 10% off, which is kind of cool. I know we kind of dove into the weeds on bino harnesses, but I really wanted to make a bino harness video because I haven't seen anyone break all 3 of them side by side down. And in my opinion, these are your 3 bigs, the 3 main ones, the 3 ones I would have wanted to see tested. Let me know what you thought of this little gear video, gear review. Subscribe to the channel, that helps more than you know. And I will catch you back here for the next one.